Now, if you are West African, you understand English, you watch movies, and you are above 25 years, then you can't convince me that Nigerian movies didn't really influence your childhood, or did they make you laugh or cry sometime. Welcome to the channel OBA Fact. Here we talk about everything, bringing out a hidden fact to the public. Now, if this channel is new to you, I would urge you to watch this video at least 3 minutes and you will be impressed. This will make you subscribe to the channel. But if you don't have patience to wait or to watch till the 3 minutes, no problem. Just click on the notification bell button below this video and you will be notified with our interesting videos. This way, you help YouTube to push our video to many people, and it is a humble way of you helping us to grow. Now, if your childhood life was strongly influenced by Nigerian movies, then you might also feel what I feel. It's really difficult for me, up to date, to choose a Hollywood movie over a Nollywood movie. Forget the exaggeration of the Americans and focus or pay attention to how the West African storylines most of the times relate to our reality. In this video, we look at Nollywood as a film industry and some few iconic movies and personalities that really built the Nigerian movie industry. Now let me give you an example. The iconic movie Aki na Ukwa. Who won't laugh, huh? Sag, I greet you. Yes, Aki na Ukwa, a movie that featured Aki and Popo, is one of the iconic Nigerian movies. Yes, and if you are talking about Nigerian movies, you cannot leave this movie out of it. It was played by Chinedu Ikediezi and Osita Liemi. Yes, these were the two young guys who really helped raise the Nollywood movie at a point in time. Later, they reinvented their roles, and became the two mischievous brothers in different Nigerian movies or in different Nigerian films. Now, would you tell me that there is a Hollywood movie, that was well written and well directed than some of these movies, made by Aki and Popo? No. Of course, Nollywood has a whole lot to be given to these guys, Aki na Ukwe. Who didn't watch these films? Who didn't watch films made by these two gentlemen? So yes, Nollywood is one of a kind. Now, in the 2000s, there was another character called Andy. There was a character that was played by Kenneth Okonkwo in the movie Living in Bondage, who out of desperation to acquire wealth by any means joins a cult where he sacrificed his wife for wealth. After his wife died, her ghost hunts and terrorizes him, leading to embarrassing situation in public. How many of you didn't watch this movie? Tell me. Yes, no doubt, Nigerian writers had good stories to write and directors were in highest. Yes, the directors were in their highest. Not to talk of the actors and actresses, who with the small opportunity given blew our minds. Now, this was another concrete of Nollywood. Yes, if we are talking about films, movies that really raised Nollywood, that really lifted Nollywood, of course you cannot leave Living in Bondage, of course, with the character Andy. Now, for those of you who don't know, these two movies were shot under the Nigerian film industry, Nollywood. The word Nollywood started way back in the 2000s and was first mentioned in an article of the New York Times by Matt Steinglass. This means that Nollywood was given by a foreigner in an attempt to describe the incredible movies that were being made by Nigerians in Nigeria at the time. Now, listen to this. Another Niger film that really exploded the African film market like a big band was The Silent Night. Yes, The Silent Night was played by Black Arrow. Yes, the character Black Arrow. Did you watch it? Did you? Now, Black Arrow is one of the most ruthless characters to have appeared in Nollywood movies. In The Silent Night, he is a mean gang leader who is notorious for his killings and robberies, attacks in his neighborhood. Everyone that watched The Silent Night hated this guy. Yes. So if we are talking about films and individuals that really lifted Nollywood, you cannot leave Black Arrow out of it, neither Silent Night. Yes, it's one of the iconic movies that really lifted Nollywood. Yes. Now, the last barrier played by Obufi Ozo Nanimani. Yes, sensational. Now, if you did pay cedis or naira to stand on your feet just to watch this film in that your neighbor's house, yes, the only one that had the black and white TV then, you are a legend now, yes. Or maybe you paid to watch in the community cinema. You are also a goat like the Zero Ronaldo and Messi. Yes, the last barrier, the sensational movie that really lifted Nollywood movies. Who didn't watch this movie? Who? 18 years ago in the Lancelot movie Last Barrier, Clem Ohamezi played the Ubufi Namani. Yes, forgive me for the name. A wealthy knight in the Catholic Church who was also a member of the Sankiki cult group. the Sankiki cult group. When he passed away, the church and the cult group battled for who buries his corpse. A film with several fierce scenes and a famous bone-chilling soundtrack. An image of a dead Ubufi sitting in his coffin is unforgettable. Yes, for most Africans, this image is unforgettable. Now, this is probably one of the iconic Nollywood movies that still lives on the memories of millions of Africans. Nollywood is a whole continent, I tell you. Yes, that image of the man, the dead body sitting in a casket. Man, who didn't watch this movie? Who? Tell me. This is iconic, sensational. In fact, that is why I said that if you were in the 2000s and you were, a movie lover, then probably you watch this movie. Nobody will forget this movie. Hollywood from the USA means the American motion picture industry. Logically, Nollywood from the Nigeria will also be Nigerian motion picture industry. But factually, there is no clear or agreed upon definition for the term Nollywood, which has made it a subject of several controversies. In as much as we enjoy Nollywood, nobody really gets the actual definition of Nollywood. Some movie players and lovers who have not yet taken anyone, of course, to court for using the term Nollywood have constantly expressed their disagreement over the term Nollywood. They say the fact that the term was given by a foreigner is another form of imperialism. Yes, so if somebody gave you the term, and then, of course, white person gave you the term, and then you also agreed to use the term, it's a form of imperialism. Of course, nobody has been taken to court for using the term, and up to date we use the word Nollywood. But we should always have in mind that it was given by a white person. As I said, it was first mentioned in the New York Times, by Matt Steinglass. Yes. It had also been argued that the term is an imitation of what was already in existence, that's the Hollywood, rather than an identity in itself that is original and uniquely African. Well, so far as we are not in court and there is no injunction on the term, the Nollywood continues to be used in the media to refer the Nigerian film industry, with, of course, its definition later assumed to be a blend of the two words Nigeria and the Hollywood, the American major film hub. Now, another Niger movie we will never forget is The Blessing in a Cry for Help, played by Nkuru Sylvanus during her active years as an actress. If you have not watched this movie, write, or if you have watched this movie, write I did in the comment section. But if you have not watched it, then subscribe to the channel. If I get 20 subscribers from this video, I will do a whole video on this movie. Now, Nkuru Sylvanus, aka Madam Know How to Cry, was popular for having the knack to elicit soul from her audience. She is most popularly known for her role as Blessing, aka Bleble, Cry for Help. A movie that follows the story of an orphanage girl who had to go through a lot of torturous experiences to survive. The Nigerian woman who knows how to cry. You know that. You know her. Yes. You see, Nollywood as it is now, Nollywood, the success of Nollywood was a mixture of talented individuals who really were prepared, to lift Nollywood. Their sensational acting, is what really made what Nollywood is today. Or Sophia, played by Nkim Owu, This character made its major debut in 2003 Kingsley Oguru film, Osofia in London. Yes. Yeah, you begin to remember, right? In the film, Osofia leaves his village for London after, he inherits the wealth of his late brother, who left the village years before, yes, and amassed business fortune in London. The 23 film gained all headline by the hilarious character, popularly known for his outstanding behavior. Now, this is one of the sensational movie that, if you are used to watching Nollywood movies, then of course you can never forget. Yes. It also made room for Nollywood to be what it is today. Now, another movie, Nollywood movie, I will not forget, in fact, I cannot forget and miss, is This Way, That Way, This Way. Who can guess? Yeah, guess. If you hear This Way, then we are talking of Egg of Life. My God, Nigerians really entertain us for love. In fact, they lured us to believe these fictions were real. Now, in this movie, to restore the life of the king's only son, a group of girls are sent into an evil forest to retrieve the magical Egg of Life. Now, who was this king? Who was the king in this movie? If you know, leave it in the comment section. Yes. So guys, these are few of uncountable movies that really build the pillars of Nollywood we have today. Talking of the Silent Night, talking of the Blessings, the Cry for Help, talking about the Last Burial, Egg of Life. Yes, that is why I said Nollywood is more than a continent. So these are the iconic films and personalities who really lifted Nollywood, the Nigerian movie industry as it is now. Now, over the years, the term Nollywood has also been used to refer to other affiliate film industries such as the Ghanaian English language cinema. Yes. Around the year 2006 through 2007, Nigerian filmmaker Frank Raja Arasi signed a contract with a Ghanaian production company, the Venice Film, which involved helping to introduce Ghanaian actors into mainstream Nollywood films. So, as at now, you can see a whole lot of Ghanaians like Kiapia, the Two Sweet Anand, Van Baker. Name them. Okay, you can see a lot of them in the Nigerian movies. Okay, this has created a sort of merge between the Nigerian and the Ghanaian film industry, and most English language films from Ghana also started answering to the tag Nollywood. There is even Gollywood. Yes, there is even Gollywood. Ghanaians and copy and paste. Yes. Creativity knocking at doors. You did room where you did copy. See, as people they complain, say Nollywood no be original and things. Where you go copy and then do the same thing. Oh, Charlie, Ghanaians. Nollywood has issues. People are complaining that it's not original, it was given by a white person. And then you also go and copy Gollywood. Couldn't you have created a different thing, Ghana? So yeah, guys, this is where we draw the curtains of today's episode down. Now, if you are new to this channel, I believe that you love this content. If you didn't, please dislike it, okay? But if you did, like it, subscribe, click on the notification bell button right there, and then share with your family and friends, okay? This is a way of helping YouTube to push our video to many people, okay? Let people also get to know how Nigeria or Nollywood, the Nigerian movie industry came about, and then what are some of the movies that really spearheaded the growth of Nollywood. Yes, so that we could help ourselves. We are Africans, we need to tell our stories, and this is a way of telling our own stories. Yeah. Thank you very much for your time spent with me. I appreciate that. Okay, I believe you also love it. Until we meet again in the next video. Salute. My name is Sami Okesie.